Obviously, we all saw the video of Kenny yelling in your direction. Is there something you want to address with that? Or
Yeah, to me, it's not a big deal at all. We're excited about having Kenny Golladay here. We liked him a lot in free agency, and we brought him here, and he's done a really good job for us. I love the guy. I love his competitive spirit. We talk a lot about passion, emotion, enthusiasm in our players. That's line one, and he's demonstrating that. We talk a lot about fighting and competing. You know, he's a guy who wants to be a part of this thing. Missed a lot of time during training camp. Has done a good job when he's gotten some opportunities here in the first couple weeks. Had a couple in that game the other day that, unfortunately we didn't finish, and probably had some frustration. And, that stuff happens on sidelines all the time. We ask our players when they're between the stripes to go out there and compete and battle and scratch and claw, and we can't say when they come to the sideline all of a sudden we're choir boys again. We understand that. I've been on sidelines for a long, long time, so that happens. But he and I had a good visit after the game. Was not an issue at all going forward. There's always better ways to handle things as you go forward, better ways to communicate, but it wasn't a big deal to me and to our team at all.
Jason, can you speak about the offensive line and the job they did, considering that you had a short work week, you had some shuffling to do, and just how they performed?
Yeah, those guys have done a really good job in the first couple of weeks. They've had a lot of injuries up there, a lot of moving parts, different guys in there, and real credit to the guys who've come in. We have 3 guys who've come in here in the last 10 days to 2 weeks who've played a lot of snaps for us. And a tribute to them, professional players, prepared. You can tell they're veterans, guys who've been around football a little bit. They've transitioned well. Credit to Rob Sale and the guys working with the offensive line to get them ready. And, again, moving parts, but that's the situation we're in right now, and we just got to respond the right way. They've done a good job so far.
Jason, back to Golladay real quick, though. You said you had a good visit with him after. Did you feel there was a need to just make sure that nothing was kind of...
Yeah, I just talked about it. It wasn't a big deal.
Do you agree with that, the assessment that, you can get him the balls in different ways, and how did you take, the criticism that he was, or whatever he was upset about? What did you make of it?
Yeah, I'm not going to keep talking about this. Kenny got different opportunities in the game and did a good job with some of them, and a couple of them we didn't convert on, and that's just what the situation was. So we addressed it and we moved on.
Jason, when you guys drafted Kadarius, there was a sense like a lot of the routes in your playbook that we see a lot of your receivers, veteran receivers run, aren't necessarily the routes that he had a lot of success on at Florida. So have you adapted more Florida Kadarius Toney routes into your playbook? Does he have to do a better job learning the traditional NFL routes, because it seems like he's getting a lot of snaps but not getting a lot of touches?
Yeah, Kadarius hasn't played a lot of football for us yet. He missed the spring. He missed most of training camp. He practiced about 3 days before the season started. So he's a young player who's learning. Receivers, it takes them a little time to transition into the NFL. We all know that. I would say in general, college receivers, when they're coming into the NFL, there's a whole repertoire of routes that they haven't been exposed to. So he's in that process, not unique to him or to us. That's just the nature of things. So the biggest thing with him is practicing day in and day out and developing some consistency. No fault of his. I mean, he's been hurt and been sick and has been dealing with some different things. So he's done a good job here lately. Continue to work in practice. Continue to develop the trust that coaches and quarterbacks have in him, and just continue to grow. You said it. He played some more snaps in the game the other day. Did a good job with his work. He just has to keep doing that.
With the success Daniel's had running, do you sit down and say, let's do it more?
I think you want that to be a part of what you do, and he's done a really good job of that here the last couple of years with us, and that's certainly going to be part of what we do going forward. I don't think we're going to turn into a triple option team. I don't think that's it. I think one of the best things that he does, he has an ability to throw the ball from the pocket, throw the ball in the move, and then run the ball different ways. So that's certainly an asset to our team.
Jason, with Saquon and the long run he broke off the other night specifically, do you look at that? I mean, that's really the first time with you as his coach that he's had a run like that, right? The first week last year, he really didn't have one. How much do you look at that and say, he's getting there, we're getting there?
Yeah, a real credit to him. He had a serious knee injury last year, and he's worked really, really hard to come back. For him to come back as quickly as he has, it's really amazing. And again, a credit to him, credit to our training staff and everybody who's worked with him. And with him, it's just day by day, getting better and better and better as he goes. And we started to see him the last couple of weeks of training camp come back and really do everything we've asked him to do. You have to speak to him as to how he's feeling. But we're just excited to have him back, and he's done a great job for us the first couple of weeks.
Jason, why do you think the offense doesn't generate a lot of yards after catch, and how do you go about generating more of that?
Again, you're always trying to refine things. Certain defenses give you certain things with run after catch. So I think that might vary week to week. I think the other piece of that is just the precision you have with route running, accuracy, catch on the run, all of that. You're always trying to get better at that. Good examples of that in the game where we did it the right way. Certainly some areas where we can get better. And, it's just part of the process you go through as you're trying to improve and build your offense.
Jason, if I could go back to Kadarius for a sec, because we didn't talk to you last week on the short week. The first game against Denver, he had the 2 snaps. The ball went right to him in the first half. Do you feel like the defense knew that Kadarius is in, it's going right to him, and I guess to that end, does he have to be more of a decoy sometimes so that you can eventually hit the big one to Kadarius?
Yeah, he'll be a piece of what we're doing. We have a lot of guys on offense that we like, we want to get the ball to, and we're excited to draft Kadarius, and we're excited to have him on our team, and we're excited to play him. But we're excited about playing Evan Ingram and Saquon Barkley and Kenny Golladay and Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton and some of the other guys too. So, our guys are going to earn their opportunities to get a jersey, to play, and to get opportunities within the game.
Jason, what in particular did you like about how Daniel played the other night within the context of the areas where you were kind of looking for him to take the next step?
Yeah, I think Daniel has really improved in playing winning football at the quarterback position, and that's line one. That's where it starts. You have to be able to take care of the ball. You have it in your hand every play, and I think if you go back to probably the middle of the year last year, you see the strides he's made in that area, and that's line one. That's where it has to start. But then you have to have an ability to make plays too, and I think he demonstrated that with his arm and with his feet from the pocket. Throwing the ball quickly, throwing the ball down the field. He made some plays. He handled pressure. He threw it well against man and zone. Wasn't perfect by any means, but he's certainly making a lot of strides and going about it the right way.
Jason, on the last drive, when you guys are trying to make them use their timeouts there, on those runs, when Daniel's running was working so well on those read options, why call runs to Saquon more than actually giving Daniel the option?
You certainly can do that in those situations where it's a little bit sell out. Sometimes you want to use bigger personnel to protect the run a little bit more, rather than spreading them out. You certainly could. There's a number of different things you can do in any of those situations. We felt like that was the right thing for us to do at that time.
Jason, what's the balance there, play calling aside, on going for, making them use their timeouts versus just going for a touchdown and trying to win the game?
Yeah, we're trying to win the game, and the way we're trying to do that is try to run the ball the way we did, and then try to convert the third down. And unfortunately, we weren't able to convert the third down and give us a chance to keep that drive alive.
How much do you view that game as sort of a significant step forward for the offense? I mean, you put a lot of points on the board. There was even more out there. The penalty that brought back the touchdown and the drop pass. I mean,
yeah, I thought we made some strides. I thought we did a good job having a balanced attack, attacking them different ways, running it, throwing it, and that's what you're trying to do. It's a good defense. It's a really good defensive front. Those guys are hard to block. They've done a good job, keeping offenses from moving the ball and from scoring points. So, certainly a competitive game. We did some positive things, and certainly plenty of stuff we got to clean up.
Jason, as a quarterback, on the play that Slayton runs by the defense, is there a chance that Daniel can just lollipop it when he's that open, or do you not even get that chance when you're a quarterback? Keep it short because he's 20 yards behind everyone.
Yeah, Daniel was trying to complete the ball. Unfortunately, he missed it by a little bit. It was a good route and a near miss throw. So unfortunately, that one didn't work out for us.
We got time for one more.
Jason, we talk about people call it conservative play calling there at the end. There was a time not long ago when getting the ball to Saquon twice wouldn't have been conservative. How close is he to being that guy that you can rely on to make plays?
Yeah, Saquon's a really good player. I think we all know that, and we have a tremendous amount of confidence in him, and he's someone we certainly want to get the ball to in any situation.